to try that today, Monday morning? It's the main event. I'm your humble yet exhausted host, Stephen McCollum. And you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. And folks, he's doesn't think the Cardinals have a chance to move on, even though they signed their punter and place kicker. Dale Hillestray, everybody.
Yeah, nothing like, going into the weekend and making sure the base of your franchise is ready to rock and roll next year.
As a special teamer yourself, I thought you'd be excited about this.
And now I understand how really piddling special teamers are to the general public.
The Cowboys tendered an offer to their punter because they couldn't come to a deal with them.
Kicker, yeah.
Or kicker, I mean.
Yeah. Aubrey wanted $10 million a year. Now, not just to be the highest paid kicker, but like almost double.
Double, yeah. So what did they tender? I just vaguely saw this, so I obviously was not in touch with the regular sports world.
A second
most
round,
of the weekend.
Second round tender.
Which is what, $7 million?
No, it's about 5.5,
okay,
6 million.
Okay, because I thought I saw 7, and I'm like, that's a lot.
Yeah. He wanted,
so, but even then, 6 a lot too.
Yes, and so it'll be interesting to see if somebody
tries to steal him.
Yeah, and then you got to decide: do you want a second round pick?
Well, see, good teams don't really punt, though. That's the point.
Kick.
Oh, kick. I'm sorry. Oh, he's a kicker. He's a place kicker.
Yes, he set records.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm stuck on Gilligan for the Cardinals being recently.
Oh, well, do not get him and Aubrey mixed up, please. There's nothing that reminds you of each other.
The deal, how was your weekend?
Well, it does not seem like it was nearly as exciting as your weekend was.
Come out, man. We
I wasn't invited. I didn't have a pass. Nobody put in for a pass for me. I just tried to set up my buddy and hope things work out and hope Steve has a great weekend.
You want to talk about this?
And I see little traces of things on Twitter.
Yeah.
Very vague. Very vague. Except for, I will tell you this, and I was going to make a comment. I didn't. You've never, ever.
This is the best story right here.
Autumn,
you were right. I want to say, Autumn, you were right.
Ever.
Say it.
In your 46, 7, 8, 9 years old you are.
49.
Even when you're a baby.
I don't smile.
You've never smiled like you did with my boy Ferrucci.
We left that.
Goodness.
Wait till you hear the story. But we left that, and Autumn literally says, Dale's going to be so pissed you were smiling in that picture.
I looked at the friend. I didn't even know who you're in the picture with. I just saw.
Kobe, you can throw that picture up if you got it ready.
I saw Big Steve, and look at that smile. I mean, you can add up all your smiles in 49 years, and they don't add up to that.
You know the differences between him and most people in my life, Dale? He made me feel special.
Boy, oh boy.
The reason why is I'm actually laughing. Because, we're standing there, and I go, I'm going to sit down for this picture. Because I towered over him.
Yeah. I made sure that I stood up. He goes, no, you can stay. You can sit down. I said, no.
So I'm laughing because he goes, yeah, you're really tall. And then I'm sitting there thinking, Dale's taller than I am by a couple inches.
Oh.
So I was like, that's why I'm actually laughing there.
Somebody got a great shot there. I want you to frame.
Autumn took that. Yeah.
I want you to frame that. I want you to put it up in your extra bedroom with all your extra jerseys.
Yeah. It's okay. So here's the story. I text him on Friday, when we're out there, and I'm just like, hey, I said, Mr. Ferrucci.
Yeah. All 27 years old of him.
My name is Stephen McCollum, and you met my show partner, Dale Hillestray, at dinner the other night, and you were nice enough to give him your number. Like, I'm over explaining that and everything. And I said, hey, if you're around, he said to reach out to you. You're around there. We'd love to come by and see you. Something to that. Like the end of it, I was a little more vague, but I was really formal at the beginning.
Right.
So you don't hear from him. We're doing our own thing or whatever. And then he texted. He says, hey, come by tomorrow. And I said either tonight if you're still here, which I knew he wouldn't be, or let me know what time you're available tomorrow. We can just, come by and say hello.
Right.
So he goes, hey, stop by tomorrow, 11:30. Ask for Marie. I'm like, all right, cool. Awesome.
That's
So,
from Murray. Okay.
Marie, his promotions.
Okay.
Every driver has a
Okay.
person that does their schedule of events and meet and greets and where they need to be at the stadium at different times and
Okay.
stuff like that. That's his. So we show up Saturday morning and everything, and we're doing our stuff, and we head over there, like 11:15, and we get over there, and there's just nobody around his thing. They're getting the cars ready to go out on the track, and so it's all busy, and all that. And so there's one lady's just kind of like looks like she's like commanding some stuff. So I just walk up to her and I go, "Hey, are you with the team?" That's always tough because they get asked this all the time by like fans and stuff like that. So I go, "Hey," and I go, "We're looking for Marie." And she goes, "Oh, Marie, oh yeah." She goes, "Oh, kind of like, what do you need Marie for?" So I'm all, "Oh, Santino actually asked us to ask for Marie. We're to meet with him at 11:30." Because they get asked all the time. And
I'm
stuff
sure
like
they
that.
do.
So I'm like trying to be specific. So I'm literally, it actually came out of my mouth, Dale. I go, yeah, I texted him last night on his phone, and he came back and said I'd meet him at 11:30. Because I'm trying to be specific, like I'm not just a fan. But at the same time, how douchey do I sound?
Yeah.
Oh, I texted him on my phone. Autumn is making fun of me for saying
You
that.
texted on your phone. No. Oh, you mean you didn't Morse code?
Yeah,
text
no.
him?
Well, my point is I wasn't like DMing or nothing. Like I have his actual number. I was just trying to be specific because they were looking at you. Like then this guy comes out, and I'm sure he's nice. I don't know. We didn't talk to him very much, but he comes out and he's all like you could just tell they're like, what does he need Marie for? Like you could just tell they're
Right.
like, doing that stuff. And everything. So then they're trying to find her. And then she comes out super nice. He's finishing up with a meet and greet. She goes, "Oh, you're the podcaster." And in my mind, I go, so I'm like, yeah. And then she says, "Where are you guys set up at?" And I go, "Oh, we're just going to hang out here." But in my mind, I'm going, "What do you mean set up?" So she walks away to go get him and everything. And Autumn goes, "They think you're doing a podcast with them." So we're looking at his card. I'm Googling stuff just to be prepared. I just think we're doing a tour with this facilities or whatever. Dale, they thought I was doing an interview with the guy. So I'm cramming. It doesn't take much for me to cram. I know enough to like talk with it or whatever.
Right.
But I also haven't met him yet. So I don't know if he's one of those talkative drivers or if he's one of those guys that are like, yes. And then you have to like draw stuff out of him. So I'm like, all right, let's do this. So we go in. We don't have any microphones or anything. So Autumn did it on her voice thing, which it's noisy in there because pit guys are getting stuff ready and stuff like that, and everybody's changing and all that stuff. So it doesn't sound great, but I have to enhance it and work on it. So we'll have it for the pit stop this week. Hopefully I can get it sounding right. But Dale, you set me up to do an interview with the guy. We could have just sat there and talked to him. But the way they were like, whatever, I was like, oh, might as well just, if we're asking them questions and about this, we might as well turn this into like an interview type thing. But we're not even close. So it's kind of funny how we're all like.
I thought he was just going to give you a tour of his car and pit or wherever he was.
So did we. So I'm like literally like, all right. Yeah. But he was so easy to talk. Like we got in there and he came around the corner, and everything. And, we're in his like thing, and it's just like a hauler is just literally like this little skinny hallway, and then it goes into like they have like internal stuff that they look on the car, like up on top. You're not allowed to, be in that area and everything. And so they gave us like 10, 15 minutes. So we started off and I was asking him, I go, you're a Cowboys fan? And he goes, no. And even Marie was like, no. And I go, well, you're a fan of? He goes, Giants. And I go, that's right. I grew up a Giants fan too. I go, he's not insulted by that, But I go, did he give you any any behind the scenes stuff about the Cowboys? And he goes, no. And I go, oh my God. I go, you got to get with this guy. And I go, you're too young to know like Michael Irvin and that.
He
stuff.
wasn't alive the last time we went to.
So I go, that's what I said. I go, those teams. Thank God there's no social media. I go, you get next time you're with them for dinner or you get a hold of them. I go, you got to hear these internal stories. And then we just went in, we talked Indigo. But he was so easy to talk to. It was literally just like I was talking to my buddy, like conversation-wise.
Right.
To the point where I like see out the corner of my eye, like the lady's like getting a little antsy. So I look at Autumn, and Autumn's like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But he would have talked forever. And then even afterwards, he's like, "Hey, I'll see you on the grid out there later on." And not for his race, for the O'Reilly race and stuff like that. Like totally friendly,
Right.
and all that stuff. Like it's really really impressive. That's one takeaway I had this weekend was IndyCar guys not as stick up your butt as the NASCAR guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
they were
that's
a lot more
interesting.
easy. I found that interesting as well.
Okay.
I know NASCAR guys are gonna be like,
Yeah.
we're not that way. It was an interesting observation, but yeah. So you set me up for an interview, Dale.
The things
We could have just talked to him, but because they brought it up that way, that we were just like, yeah, we're going to talk to him. We might as well record it, which I wouldn't have thought to do. 'Cause-
Boy, it's kind of amazing. I say one thing and just things start rolling downhill, don't they?
so
Did he remember me?
he did. Oh
Okay.
no, they all knew you.
Okay.
Oh no, Dale. Like we flat out said, hey, Santino told us to come by here at 11:30, and she goes, oh, the podcast and everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like they knew.
Good.
Yeah. So no, they did a really good job. They're really nice people. So if you'd like to root for the Santino Ferrucci team there with AJ Foyt, number 14, fantastic people.
All I know is that he was maybe on his second martini that night. So for all I know, he could have forgotten everything.
No, well, let me put it this way: he acted like he knew you.
Yeah.
No, they remember everything. So no, that's the thing. It was just easy going, and I mean, they at least give you the impression.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you do that stuff, they're like, "Oh, he's got to be here. They were like actually courteous to our time,
Right.
as well as his time, which a lot of times that doesn't happen. In those
That's
scenarios.
cool.
Normally, it's hey, he's got to go here. He's got to go here. He's got to go here. And they were like really, they was just like no problem.
So you
Only
met
gotta
him
talk
at
to
11:30. What time did he race?
1:00. So they were just when we got up there at 11:30. They were just taking the cars out because they were doing Cup Series qualifying and stuff before that. So yeah,
So he met with you an
And-
hour and a half before he was racing.
and we got done with them about noon or so. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. That doesn't happen in most sports.
No.
You get shoot out of there. What 2 hours?
Yeah, at
beforehand?
least 2 hours
Yeah.
before.
Well, Dale, I mean, as soon as we got done with him, that's why he needed to go. He had to change into his fire suit. He was just, he was just in his jeans and
Yeah.
whatever. He had to change into his fire suits and make his way out for driver introductions and stuff like that.
Wow. Gosh.
Yeah, so, yeah.
I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, you're good. It's set. But yeah, thank God I know what I'm doing in this business.
Oh, somehow it's going to be about Steve.
Holy cow, Dale. If I didn't know what I was doing, I would be like, I did, though. My first thing was about how first car wrecks in IndyCar is pretty funny.
About what?
First lap wrecks in IndyCar,
Oh.
taking out half the field. That was my first question.
And what did he?
Oh, he actually, because he got caught up in it last week in St. Pete. He was out of the race in that first lap. So I brought it up and everything. No, he actually said, he has a hard time with the road courses. He likes the ovals. But
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I remember him saying that.
No, we just talked about, and like I said, we'll play it this week if we can get the audio cleaned up. It's not going to be perfect audio, folks. I understand. Because like I said, I was set up. You probably set him up. I walked away going, Dale probably set him up to do that.
I
didn't
wouldn't have
he?"
even thought to say, hey, on race days,
No.
set up an interview.
That's the thing. I've done that. I've done this enough to know most people, like you have to arrange that. It's usually like the day before
yeah.
or early that morning that you do that type of stuff. If you get that access, it's
Right.
never,
An hour.
yeah, in his trailer. Now, if he comes to the media center, that's different, that type of stuff. But yeah, no, in the trailer, getting ready. No, it's that rare. I've never. I mean, I'm not going to say never, but it rarely happens. So that's why I thought he was just going to come by, like shake hands,
Yeah.
and then they're going to just walk us around and show us stuff, whatever. And he has to go get ready, but it was the opposite. So it was good. He's a really nice kid. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say about that.
I walked
Yeah.
away from with really two things. I don't know how good he is as a driver. Was how small he is,
Yeah.
and how nice he is.
Tiny.
I mean, immediately into conversation, can talk about racing,
Seriously.
football,
Yeah.
life, whatever.
It's rare. It's also rare. That's what struck me as is different. Some of those Cup car drivers, you talk to them, and it's like you have to like I told this story before. We interviewed Tyler Reddick. You were on we were at that old studio, the first one back on I-17, and that NASCAR was like, "Can you interview Tyler?" And I was like, "Bring him on." He's one of those drivers that just doesn't talk a lot.
No.
And it's like so like that 10 minutes is just like you have to he answers the questions and you got to pull the stuff out of him.
And he won't expound or
yeah. It's they're just I don't know how to explain it. They're just quiet and they don't do that. Man, it literally we were old buds just talking with each other about racing and all that stuff, man. It was just like, wow.
Yeah, if I'm you, I blow that picture up and I put that in
because I'm smiling. There's one as well. I'll have to pull more. Look, we got done yesterday. We got home at 7:30 or something like that, and it was like I'm not looking at this crap till later on till today. Like Ethan's back there right now. Ethan's on spring break and he's working for us this week, so he's back there going to start editing some video stuff for Wednesday's show and things to that effect. So we'll do more into it, this week, and we'll play some of it here as well as on the pit stop and everything. Like I got to meet Fat Joe yesterday, the rapper. Dale doesn't know who that is. For those of you that do, I had a conversation with him that most people probably don't have. It was kind of interesting as well.
He's not so Fat Joe.
He's not. He's Slim Joe now. He's Slim Joe, man. It's just like it was impressive how slim he was. So I actually walked up to him and I talked to him about his weight loss journey, and stuff like that. It's kind of a good interview. We'll have that for that. But again, I didn't have the microphone set up to go because we weren't planning on any of this stuff,
Why wouldn't you and Autumn be 100% prepared at all times?
Because here's the thing. Even Autumn said it. I generally don't do what I did. For some reason, I was drawn to Fat Joe. Just how skinny he got.
Yeah. Do you recognize him?
That's the thing. I recognized him, but I couldn't put my finger on his name because he didn't look like himself.
Right.
Because how skinny he was and stuff like that. I was actually, I will admit that. I was drawn, I was walking by him. And then I was like, you know what? I got to go just say congratulations on the weight loss, man. I was drawn to it, Dale. I was walking by just got to say something to him. And even then, but you could just see it too. When I walked up to him, I was kind of hesitant because he had a group of people around him. I was kind of hesitant, but I kind of looked at him. He was some influencer was interviewing him with him. Some influencer is going to use my weight loss thing today, by the way. If you see an influencer with Fat Joe at Phoenix Raceway yesterday, and he's talking about weight loss, tag me on this because those are my questions. That's my conversation with because he still had the microphone on him and everything. So if that influencer uses my stuff, let me know. It doesn't matter, but I walked up to him and I go like this because he's a rapper from New York and he had an entourage around him. So I walked up to him and I go, whew, and he looks at me and he goes. That guy a little half smile. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I can walk up to him now. So I walk up to him, man. I just go, hey, man, I just wanted to congratulate you on the weight loss, man. You look fantastic. And he's just like, oh, it's about the carbs. And he just goes into this whole deal. And next thing that's all I was going to say and walk off. And next thing you know, I'm standing there for 4 minutes. Finally, I'm like, hey, that's all I wanted to say, man, was congratulations on the weight loss. But he's telling us how he did it. And even they talking about pizza. So I threw Ethan into the conversation. And a guy from New York asked Ethan what kind of pizza he likes. Ethan goes, pepperoni. And he's like, pepperoni. And I'm like, a guy from New York is probably expecting I like Sal's down on 35th and whatever. That was so great. But I'll have that video coming up as well. But Dale, you told this story with Bruce at dinner the other night. You said Steve hasn't even heard this story. I had heard that story before. And I don't know if it was on air or not. The Luis Gonzalez cookie story. And Luis Gonzalez was the honorary pace car driver yesterday.
Was he really? Okay.
So he was there. I got to talk to him for a little bit and media center, ask him questions. I got pictures of him in the pace car. All excited. He had his son there. Son-in-law, I think, was there. He had family people there with him, obviously, and stuff like that. Absolutely. If you don't know, I don't know him at all. Super engaging guy. I know you've had interactions with him. Super engaging guy. Very friendly. Obviously still in with the Diamondbacks and stuff like that. So, and all that. So just really quick, Dale, tell the story that you told Bruce at dinner. But like I said, I've heard it before, so I don't remember if it was on air or not. So just recap really quick the cookie story for me with Luis Gonzalez.
Well, it's not really that quick of a story. I don't know why you're in such a rush. Why you keep rushing me? It's
you
a
can do it
great
slow.
story.
You can do it slow if you want. Let me put my feet up here because I've heard it a few times.
You've heard it one time, but anyway, I don't even know how it came up the other night. But we were just talking. Oh, we were talking about. I had asked Bruce. I said, "Who were your most favorite guys to cover over your 40 years, and who are your least favorite guys to cover?" We'll leave the least favorite out to the wayside, but Luis Gonzalez's name came up.
Shockingly, it wasn't Matt Williams. I'm just going to keep saying that. That's on me, but yeah, okay.
So, Brooke and I, my wife, we owned a cookie store for almost 30 years. We opened it in about 1991, sold it in 2019, right before the pandemic. And it did really well for us. We had a lot of fun with it. Well, to speak of Gonzalez, it's a Gonzalez family. So his wife was a big customer of ours, and she would come in and she'd order a lot of cookies. Now, the downside of it was she'd always come in the day before.
And so she went on Saturday. She'd come in Friday night.
Yeah, come in Friday at 4:00 and go, hey, I need 250 cookies tomorrow for this graduation thing or whatever. And it's like, you knew this was happening on Monday. Yeah. Why couldn't you have just called Monday? Because these are cookies. You have to bake them. You have to decorate them. Anyway.
They just don't pop up in 10 minutes. It's not a pizza, right?
So the party was on a Saturday at 6:00 at night. I was the one who took the order, confirmed it with her. I said, I'm going to be doing the deliveries tomorrow. I should be by your house between noon and 1. And but the party's at 6, right? And she said, yeah, that's plenty of time. I go, okay.
Don't you want them hot when they get there?
No, these are large, decorated sugar cookies.
So they're not just regular cookies.
Yeah. And so I had like 4 of the deliveries. They were down in Chandler and Mesa and Ahwatukee. And I lived close to the Gonzalez's at that point. So I said, I'm going to say theirs for last. And it's probably, I don't know, 1:15 by now. Well, my phone rang about 20 minutes earlier. And I was driving. I saw a number. I didn't recognize it. Just let it go to voicemail, delivered whatever I was doing. Checked the voicemail, and I hear this. Hey, Dale. This is Luis Gonzalez. And I'm looking at the phone going, how did Luis Gonzalez get my number?
Right.
All right. And he goes, hey, my wife's been on me, and she's wondering when the cookies are going to get here. And I'm going, I'm 15 minutes late, and your party's not for 5 hours. So anyway, I call him back, and I said, hey, I'm about 15 minutes away. I can drop my. He goes, hey, man, I'm sorry. My wife is just kind of antsy, wanting everything to come together. I say, that's fine. And so I asked him, I said, Luis, how did you get my number? And he goes, I called the cookie store. You guys close early on Saturdays, but I heard the voicemail. And it's your voice. And I'm listening to the voicemail going, that's Hellestray.
Yeah.
I know that's Hellestray. He goes, who has Hellestray's number? Oh, I bet you Dave Burns has. So he texts Burns, and Burns, 5 minutes, Dave Burns from 98.7.
Yeah.
5 minutes later, gives him my number. He calls me, and we got a good laugh out of it. But I looked at him when I delivered the cookies, and I'm like, Luis, these were cookies. They were 10 minutes late. What happened if somebody did something to your family? Track them down. My goodness gracious. So,
well, Dale, I didn't believe that story was true, so I asked Luis Gonzalez himself.
No!
It's going to be a little bit hard to hear, folks, but because Patrick Warburton's talking in the background. But here's Luis Gonzalez. Let's see if the stories match up. My questions are a little bit quiet. Keep loud.
Your wife orders some cookies. Always. And then you got his number, you tracked his number down. And you
watch his facial expression.
On a Saturday. Right. How's that from your perspective? Do you remember that?
Yeah, actually, he was the delivery driver. And I didn't know that he owned that actual store. And my wife has been ordering from them for years. And then to find out that he was going to be the guy actually delivering blew me away. So it was pretty funny to see Dale doing that.
He tells that story, and he tells it like you track down because you heard his voice on the voicemail.
I knew it was him.
Did you call like Dave Burns or somebody to get the number right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the story's real?
Yes, it definitely is real. I was more in shock when I found out that Dale was delivering cookies more than anything.
That's what cracks me up about that story, right? That's hilarious. So, hey, I just wanted to verify that because he's going to love that.
There you go. Story confirmed.
Everything was true. His wife was maybe our best grossing customer as far as spending money.
Yeah. He had no idea you owned it, though, until that phone conversation happened.
Because I would never be up front taking orders or whatever. And there just happened to be that particular day. And so and that's how him and I actually became friends. So then we did a couple appearances together. And you're not going to find a nicer guy.
No, he was. I mean, it was funny. He did his interview, and you could just tell. And, he was walking off, and Patrick Warburton went up there. The actor, he was the guy that Grand Marshal.
Who is he? I saw that name.
He's the voice he's the voice of Joe from Family Guy. He's done a bunch of. He was Putty in Seinfeld.
Oh, okay.
That guy.
Okay.
He looks different. Now he's older, but he looks different. I guess he just got done filming something and everything. So but you recognize the voice.
Yes.
You'd recognize his voice. But but he was talking, so that's why I got a little loud there. But so I walked up to him and the Spanish station, Telemundo was there. Yeah. So they of course were like, hey, can we get your picture? So I walked up to him and I said, hey, if you got a second, I work with Dale Hellestrae. And he goes, oh, you do? So I had to tell him again. I had to tell Dale's friend that Dale does a show here with me.
Boy, I get you into a lot of places, don't I?
And now, how'd you get me into this place? You didn't get
because
me
if
this
you
place.
just walked up, hey, Luis, you go, hey, I'm busy.
I wouldn't have walked up to him. No, he wouldn't have. But so I walked up to him and I go, hey, I go, hey, if you got a second, I just need to confirm a story that Dale tells me about you and tells our audience about you. I said, so if you just got it, he goes, I got all the time, no worries. What do you got? He goes, and I go, do the Telemundo stuff first. And I'm like waving because Autumn's over doing some others. I'm like waving at him, like, get over here. He's gonna do it.
Look at you.
So there you go. Dale Hellestrae, story confirmed.
Yes.
Boom.
Because think about it, that's a story you couldn't make up.
No.
You couldn't.
Well, that's the thing with that side. But did you see his facial expression, like how excited he got that you were the delivery driver? Yeah. That's what was great. Well, I'm sitting there watching him talk. I'm just like, oh my God, he's getting excited that Dale was the delivery driver.
Right. I didn't know he owned the store.
That's the best part.
Yeah,
of it.
because
I assumed his wife ordered all the time. I assumed he knew you owned it at some point.
No, they just loved the cookies and because I did another delivery to them for something else and everything went off without a hitch, so Luis didn't call me. Dropped the cookies out, and Luis's wife, I'm sorry, I forgot her name. She's trying to give me a $20 tip, and I said, no, I'm good. I actually own the store. I'm not the delivery driver.
I'm 17-year NFL veteran, Dale Hellestrae. Ask your husband who I am. Oh my God! But that was great. I was just part of the reason why I was reluctant because sometimes he'd be like, I don't remember. Why would I remember that? But it was just great. It was great. There you go, Dale. I got you.
You really
on that
think
one.
people are going to forget about Wah?
That story, I didn't expect him to because that's a different story.
Yeah.
And you saw there, he was mostly surprised that you were delivering as the owner of the stores. So it was almost like one of those things when you find out your buddies are doing something.
Right.
And you're like, what are you doing, man? So you go show up there to so they can see you. Type of deal. But there you go, Dale. Story is confirmed, everybody.
Well, you had yourself a great weekend meeting all my friends.
He also said he lost your number. He gave me it and said, don't give this to Dale.
Oh, really?
Don't give this to Dale. But it tells you where my mindset was because we were just busy in there and stuff. And then I was like, I should have had him come on the show and tell that story. I just didn't think that. I wasn't in that mindset yesterday, so that's where I screwed up. But at least we got that part.
Yeah.
But super nice dude though.
Very, very nice. Very
with
friendly.
Everybody and stuff like that. But you got to drive the pace car yesterday, so there you go, Dale. Anything else about my weekend about you want to know about?
Nope.
Fat Joe and I did not talk about you.
Don't know Fat Joe.
Either do I. I was waiting for him to go, hey, you're a fan of my music? And I'd be like, never heard of one of your songs, buddy. I just know you used to be fat.
No, you would have said, "Oh yeah, love your music.
Love that one about
Love your genre."
So we'll clean that up and everything, but we just didn't have the right mics and stuff. Like I said, everything was kind of sporadic and
Yeah.
in the moment type of a thing. So we got to clean it up as
Well, I
best
hope you
as
get
we
it
can.
cleaned up, and I hope Ferrucci's at least comes through fairly, listenable.
It was an interesting conversation hearing the IndyCar side of things. So like, he doesn't bash NASCAR guys, but even I learned some things from the driver perspective.
Really?
That actually kind of surprised me. They don't have power steering in Indy cars.
What they do in NASCAR?
Yeah. So Indy cars, when they go into their turns, they have to work harder. They have to be into it to turn. If you don't know, but if you've ever driven a car without power steering, you have arms the size of Popeye when you get
Why
done.
wouldn't you have power steering?
I just assume they did. Yeah, they don't.
Especially an oval like that. How
Yeah.
many times are you turning?
No, it's set up loose enough that they don't turn. Yeah, they don't turn as much. I can tell you this because I've driven on this track in my own personal car. When you're in the turn, you're turning your wheel like you would like turning on the street.
Right.
They're not. They're just all. They're set up that way.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a fun weekend. It was a good racing weekend as well, and all that stuff there. Dale.
Do you know the two winners?
Well, my pick, Josef Newgarden, won on the IndyCar on Saturday.
Okay.
I did not pick I did not pick number 7, who I like a lot, and I want to call him AJ Allmendinger for some reason right now. Justin Allgaier won the O'Reilly Series on Saturday night. We did not stay for the end of that. We took off a little bit early to beat traffic,
Yeah.
having to go back so early on Sunday. Yeah, and then Ryan Blaney got the win on Sunday. I did not pick him either, but he got the win on Sunday.
I would assume a full house.
Yeah. That's the hard part. Is like there's areas that always are empty but they also aren't good seats. So in any other sporting event, you want to sit as low as possible.
Right.
In racing, it's the opposite. You want to sit higher so you can see the whole track.
Yeah. I would
So,
imagine you're sitting in the
There's
first
a lot
10
of
rows.
those lower rows that are empty, that look empty, but
Yeah.
those people could be anywhere. Yeah, type of thing. But it was packed. It was a packed weekend. Everybody looked like they had a good time
Good.
in terms of the fans and everything. I know the drivers loved it.
Well, the
Drivers
weather had
loved
to
it.
be spectacular for racing.
Well, yeah, because IndyCar came from St. Pete, Florida, which is hot and humid.
Right.
And then even then, the NASCAR guys came from Austin, Texas last weekend, where they were having heat-related issues and stuff and that's more humid. So they came out here, and it's dry heat.
Right.
But it was hot out there, Dale. Like yesterday, there was a time where I was standing there, and I was like, I gotta go sit down because we're on pavement, and then we're close to the cars on top of it.
Right.
Autumn got to see Michael Jordan yesterday, so she was all excited about that.
Did you say hi to Michael for me?
No, he was busy
Okay.
owning a team and winning 3 in a row, going for 4.
You didn't get it, though.
No, they finished 3rd or 4th. They finished 4th, I think.
Really?
Yeah, they had a
So
chance to do it.
He's just kicking ass.
Yeah, Sue NASCAR and in the front all the time.
What
now.
did he sue NASCAR for?
Basically they call it the charter system, but basically the agreement that they race under.
Okay.
They wanted better numbers for them. Typical labor negotiation arguing. The entity NASCAR makes too much money off of us. We don't make enough, so we want more of the pot. Type
Okay.
of a lawsuit. Yeah.
Interesting.
And they didn't win. Well, let me put it this way: they didn't win the lawsuit; they settled it. But they got some concessions out of it to improve their side enough that they were able to settle
Good.
and be happy with it, type of a thing. Yeah, so that was our weekend. So this weekend, how was the Graham Steeball? Give us an update.
Let's see. You had 3 blistering hits. Not really.
So it took, I was to say, dribble to the pitcher.
Yeah, it's first year coach pitch.
That's what I mean.
It's their second game.
They just can't get. I imagine they can't get in. They don't know how to get power behind their game.
No, you're just trying to put the bat on the ball and put it in
like
the
all
play.
dribble. Like
yeah.
if it gets to the third baseman, everybody's like shocked.
Yeah. Grant, I think I told you off the air, but he improved from last week when he was talking smack to the other team.
Yeah, he was. He goes, "Come on, hurry up."
You're
I
waiting.
think you might. I can't remember when we say stuff on air and off air anymore.
Yeah, you're wasting our time.
Yeah. He didn't do that this week.
No, Dad had a little conversation with him. I said, "Do you think he even knows that he was talking
No,
smack?"
he had no idea. Yeah, that's the best part of it is he had no clue, and all the adults are like, "Hey, it's free tampering period. You're free to tamper, folks."
It starts at noon Eastern.
It does. I think noon today. Yeah,
So
yeah,
25
noon
minutes.
Yeah, so 9 a.m. Yeah, 20 minutes, and you're able to tamper. Who should we tamper with, Dale?
Legal tampering.
Who should we tamper with legally? It's funny too because it's so stupid. Just call it free agency. The reason why they don't is because you can't officially sign until the new year starts and everything. So, till the date starts. But just move the date up. What's the difference if you ink a deal or not right now? But that used to crack me out because I think I was telling Autumn this because she was asking about it. But somebody was asking me about it last week. I go, there was a time where like free agency would start at like midnight on like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And at 12:01, like somebody's signing this record deal with them. And you're like, that deal was not put together in 1 minute.
No.
So there was obviously, skirting the rules to get it done, knowing he was going to go there to do it. So now they just let him just go ahead and talk and
Right.
get it done. But it's so dumb how they call it that.
But it's interesting because I was reading an article about that over the weekend. There has only been a couple times it happened where a team and a player agree on a deal during this period,
Yeah.
and then the player changes his mind.
Because you can change your mind.
Yes.
It's not official.
You tell your name's on a piece of
Not
paper.
just can you change your mind, another team can go, what are you signing for?
Yeah.
We'll easily do that. Come on
Right.
back.
Right.
It doesn't happen much. Remember, wasn't it Steve Nash that happened to with the Suns in Dallas at one time when he went to Dallas and the Suns were trying to get him to come back before the contract was actually signed into existence?
Well, you're actually talking two different sports, but there was something
basketball. But I'm
yeah.
saying when it's not official, you can go
Right.
and it doesn't happen very often, but it happens. Yeah.
I don't really care about this whole illegal or legal tampering period. Steve, did you see what's going on down in Florida?
Well, about football or something else?
Yeah, Palm Beach, Florida, league meetings.
Oh no, what's happening there?
The NFL negotiations with the NFL Referees Association
Ooh, we're gonna have another holdout.
on a new collective bargaining agreement are not in a good place, Steve. Not in a good place.
Here's the problem: the referees know that any replacements are going to be worse than them, which is tough. Hey, we may be bad, but it'll be worse without us. Here's the problem, and baseball has the same problem as well. Is they have the power to fight the computer systems and everything.
Right.
And that's what this is going to come down to. They don't want computers to say if somebody's in or not because they get judged off of that. And they don't want that type of judgment. So, but you also, as the NFL, you cannot have another situation. If any of you old enough to remember the last time, the favorite image is the one where one guy called it a touchdown and one guy called the touchdown incomplete, staring at each other. But yeah, really. So it's not in a good place, is what they're saying right now. Are they saying why?
The NFL said last year in a memo that it remained focused on implementing changes to the agreement in ways that will improve the performance of our game officials, increase accountability, and ensure that the highest performing officials are officiating the highest profile games.
Yeah, the league does not, the PA does not want that.
The referees union, however, wants to preserve the status quo, or in some cases, roll back the league's access to working with game officials. So they want no accountability.
No, that's what you take out of it. No. Well, you see this with Major League Baseball too, where they don't want to be double checked by an ABS system.
Right.
They don't want to be told they were wrong. It's the same thing there. They want to miss a call, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that's stupid. To me, it's a misstep by the referees.
Yeah.
Because a referee, all you should care about, I would rather set it up to where you're not judged if you're overruled. More so than like if you miss a close call and then they can't come back and be like, well, you can't do the Super Bowl because you missed these 4 close calls this year. If they're close calls, all right, we're not counting those against you. But we got them correct on the right. Should be if you're a referee getting the calls right, not about your performance.
You would think that as an official, you'd want the best officials officiating the best games
To give you the best enlightenment. Absolutely.
and strive for greatness. You're not ever going to be a perfect official.
No.
Just like you're never going to be a perfect athlete.
Yes.
But strive for it.
But that's my issue too. Is NFL referees should go in front of the media. Players do, coaches do. You should be able to go in front of the thing, and they don't want accountability. Which to me, the whole point of being a referee is you're the rule setter and you're the one going around it. But I don't know. It's disgusting. You'll never get that from any referee group where they'll be in front of the media. Like they don't even want to do the pool reports. And stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. The worst case scenario though is they go into the season with replacement refs again. That would be a disaster.
100-day whatever holdout or lockout in 2012.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Was it 100 days? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That included training camp though, right?
It might have been,
preseason.
but it was 3 weeks of regular season
Right.
games.
'Cause I was going to say once it was a Monday Night Football game. I want to say Seahawks were the team, but when they called that obvious touchdown and one guy was incomplete and the other guy's on the other side going, that was like the last straw where everybody was like, all right, get these
All
guys
right,
out
pay
of
them
here.
their money.
Which is weird because if you're a college official, well, the problem is college refs won't step up and break the union because then you never can come up
Right.
and ref in that union. So, that's the other side of it. They should make the deal so good. Okay, this might be totally illegal in the thing, but what I would do is I'd say like, all right, you're in NFL refs. You want to play this? All right, don't come into camp. Hey, college refs. We guarantee you NFL reffing positions. We're going to pay you this much more. Come on up. Ref NFL for us. Boom. How many guys will come up? And to guarantee you'll have a job for the rest of eternity. That's probably breaking some negotiation rules with the thing, but I play hardball, but I'm a jerk like that. I get so annoyed with referees. Who do you think you are, referees? They act like we're here to see them.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No, so that's what's that. I did not see that at all.
No,
I literally, folks, was like yesterday morning. We're sitting there driving out there to the track, and I go, "Hey, did the Suns win that second game back to back?" Like I had completely forgot they played it.
right.
And I was like, "Oh, did they win that game Saturday night or when it was Friday night? When was they did that? I don't even remember." So that's how out of pocket I kind of was this weekend as well. So hey, let's take a quick break here. Come on back. Lots of NFL news out there. Boy, you thought the Broncos taking that hit with letting Russell Wilson go was bad. We're just going to set new records every year with this, apparently, Dale.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
The Dolphins resetting.
Yeah, they are. With a coach?
I never heard of.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Halfley?
Come on back, folks. That's the one everybody wanted, though. The Green Bay guy. Come on back, folks. Main event. And welcome back here to the main event. Monday morning, big weekend. Of course, earlier today, I did McCollum on Business. Gosh.
Look at you, bright and early. Early bird gets the worm.
Yeah, me and Ethan were up early, too. We were like, let's go. Like, not running late at all. And then we got here and it's just like, laboring to get everything ready and everything. It's just the weekend in the business world with all this conflict over the Middle East, gas prices exploding out there. Dale, how are you going to be able to afford gas for that tank you got out there? You have to switch to the Lambo coming up or what?
Wow.
Better gas mileage?
You know, it's almost going to make me think about getting an electric car.
I got one if you want one.
Not.
Go home and plug it in.
Yeah, we haven't heard any issues
'Cause
lately.
I've been good.
Did you take that out to Phoenix Raceway?
Yeah, no problems. As long as it's fully charged, no problems.
Okay.
It's only 50 miles. It's not that terrible for me.
I used to kind of like coming in here and just hearing your travails.
I have to stop and charge it.
I forgot to plug it in.
I do have a problem with my charger, though. I got.
Uh-oh.
It throws. I call it the yellow light pops up on it, like in the middle of the night. It still charges. It just charges extra slow. And I don't know why it's doing it. I don't know if I have a faulty charger or what. So I gotta look into that. So like, I ran it like yesterday. I charged it up to like 90% over Saturday night. So a little bit higher. So I only went down to like 38% yesterday, driving it out there, driving it back and everything. I plugged it in and only charged to 77% this morning, but that yellow light came on. It's a warning light and it just slows down the charging process. So yeah, I think I got something wrong with my charger, I think. But you know what I don't have to do? Go get $4.20 gas. Yeah. But we talked about that on McCollum on Business earlier today with the stock market. Now with the time change, it's nice because before the market didn't open until 7:30 our time, so we talked a lot of pre-market stuff and what to expect. Now the market opens at 6:30 in the morning our time, so everything's rocking and rolling early. So it's kind of nice to have that difference. But World Baseball Classic happened this weekend. We'll talk about that. I did not get to see the second game of the WBC because I actually was watching UFC while out there at the O'Reilly race and stuff like that. But, U.S. looks good. They'll play tonight. They play Mexico tonight, I believe, right?
I hear there's some of the old guys are in a little kerfuffle because of is it the Dominican Republic is having some fun out there and not supposed to have fun when you hit home runs.
There will be no fun in baseball. They do that in the Major League Baseball too. Remember all that when they get to second and they do the dances.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff. Yeah, I know. No will be no fun in baseball. But there's lots of big baseball news. The biggest news of them all, Dak Prescott and his girlfriend, fiance, have 2 kids together. Reportedly breaking up, Dale. That's the biggest football news of the weekend.
Well, they're having dual bachelorette parties.
Wow. Didn't that say he was wearing the pants in that relationship? But I don't know. I didn't read the story because I don't care. But a Dallas Cowboy fan that was at the media center as well was telling me that she's been told it's about the prenups. There's arguments over the prenup. My argument would be if she wants to complain about the prenup, well, she's not the one for you.
Yeah.
Because if she's already having problems with that,
right?
Where she's like, unless she's saying I want less.
No, I will not sign that.
I do not want that much. Give me less. But yeah, they're arguing over the prenup.
Yeah.
Think twice. Think long and hard about that. But my bigger point on that story is just every offseason for the Cowboys, Dale, there's some off the field thing that's a distraction. Now it's not the season. It's not going to affect the season coming up necessarily, but there's always some big off the season story around the Cowboys that just is just like, why can't we just have an off season where you don't hear from the Cowboys at all, except for on the field stuff? There's always something away from football that gets in the way with the Cowboys, man. I don't get it. This is it this year, apparently, is the Dak situation on that. Dolphins did release Tua. Record cap hit coming up. You thought the $88 million that the Broncos had to give up over 2 years. It's split over 2 years when you do this. For Russell Wilson being released was huge. Yeah, June 1 designation for him. $99 million in dead money. That's going to be split over the 2 years there as well. Things. Yeah. And you have to sign a new quarterback on top of it. Now, the Broncos went out and got a rookie and drafted Bo Nix.
Yes.
That takes some of the sting out there.
And guess what? They made the playoffs both years.
Who in this draft is going to be the Bo Nix? I don't see one. Is
No.
my point. Maybe this is who's the Alabama coach? Simpson. Like Cardinals. There's some rumors the Cardinals really like him. They might take him, in that second round type of a situation. But do the Dolphins like him a little bit more? So this is where it can spiral down. But I think to me that's the difference. The year the Broncos did it, they wanted Bo Nix in that draft. They had their replacement in mind already.
Right.
To the Dolphins. Because is there a free agent? You can go get Kirk Cousins and stuff like that, but they're going to command a decent amount of money on top of, let's just say $50 million.
Yeah, because what I hear is that Willis kid is either Miami or Arizona Cardinal.
I heard his numbers come down a little bit to only $20 million a year. I would sign Malik Willis for a $20 million a year deal. 2 year, $20 million, $40 million. You can move off of that quickly if you needed to.
Right.
And it's not going to damage you that much. So if that number is correct, I like it. At 30 and above, no thank you. No thank you. For an unknown, that's just going to hurt you down the line. But yeah, I know. Isn't that interesting? Well, here's the thing. Hafley, the head coach there, he was the Green Bay defensive coordinator, right? He's from
Green Bay, yeah.
But I think he was a defensive coordinator, if I remember right. So, he's got a relationship with Malik Willis.
You
Obviously,
think?
the LaFleur brothers have a relationship with him, so that makes sense, right? But even then, let's say Malik Willis is $20 million a year. $50 million to Tua on dead money. And another 20 to him. You have $70 million in your quarterback position. And that's a 2-year deal. Even if that's low end, $20 million, Dale, that's a lot of money to a quarterback position on a team. And not having it be a Josh Allen or
right.
somebody to that level. If you're the Dolphins. That's how the Broncos got out of it so easy. Was they designated a rookie kid in the draft that they could go and get.
And a rookie contract, obviously, much more affordable.
So unless they can go get a Simpson, or something to that effect, this is going to be a lot. This is a different situation than the Broncos is what I'm trying to tell to you guys. Unless they can get somebody in the draft that's going to be able to come in and start and things to that effect.
Well,
So
we said it a few times already. It's a bad year to need a quarterback.
Bad year. But I get it as a new coach and a new GM. I get it. You got to move on at that point. The difference to me for the Cardinals is, okay, move on from your head coach, but you still have your GM there.
Yeah.
It's a little different. I can understand a new GM and a new head coach is saying, we're starting over. Time to move on. But it's a bad year. And if you do this wrong, you're going to not be in position to get a good quarterback next year either. That's the problem that you're facing. If you sign Malik Willis for 2 years, you're not drafting somebody next year high to take his spot if you have him on a 2-year deal minimum at $25 million. This is fascinating to me.
Whatever decision they make, it's going to be closely scrutinized.
Right. Cowboys. Cardinals re-signed their place kicker, re-signed their punter. Are you saying you're not excited about this?
Oh. Boy, I feel so much more settled about the 2026 Arizona Cardinals.
Everybody I've talked to about the running back situation, including Bruce Cooper, and we'll talk to him tomorrow, 9 o'clock when he comes in here, is James Conner's got to go. He's on the other side of 30 now, coming off a major foot injury, obviously coming into this year. And everybody's like, you just got to cut him. Well, yesterday they said they're restructuring his contract.
Right.
Is that not a major – to me, I'm okay with it. I don't care that James Conner's on the other side of 30. Dude runs differently. That was a freak accident. That can happen to anybody out there. It's not because of his age. Now, the recovery could be because of his age. How does he look when he comes back?
Right.
But I like the fact they restructured this. To me, James Conner was the heartbeat of this team 2 years ago. And even, 2 years ago, that offense ran through him. Last year, not as much with that offensive line situation before he got hurt. I like this re-signing. As long as it's coming back for less. That's all you can ask for.
Right.
I do like it. Your thoughts, Dale? Does it make or break the running game? I like this better than Trey Benson, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and again, if he counts less towards the salary cap and he can come back and be a contributing factor to this team, again, it's always fascinating to me because you sit there and go, is it the horse before the cart or the cart before the horse? Because I don't care how tough and physical you are as a running back, if you continually run into a brick wall.
Yeah, if the defensive guys are taking the handoff, if you're fighting them for the handoff.
It
right?
does not really matter how tough and physical you are.
Here's my bigger thing. So Connor, he was previously owed $6.39 million, $9.8 million cap hit, as reportedly as what he was there. So obviously that's coming down. Whether it's $6 million down to $4 million or down to $3 million, that's nominal money in the NFL. Here's my bigger question that I'm thinking here with James Conner. The Rams don't have a bruising running back on their team, right? They're more of a finesse running team, meaning the holes get opened up, the passing game opens up the running game type of a deal. The fact that LaFleur and team is like, let's bring back that hard-nosed James Conner into this team. That tells me there's going to be a re-looking into the running game this year. That's what that tells me.
There's a bunch of different ways you could look at this. And the first thing that jumps to my mind is obviously we feel that we know how important he is to the team as far as the toughness and setting the tone.
I think it sets the tone.
And all that. But we don't know the full extent of it. Guess what? The coaches do.
Yeah, that also tells me he's going to be back next year, and they expect good things from him if you're bringing him back. Well, here's the thing: you're bringing a Jeremiah Love type player. Isn't this more what? See, I don't like two finesse running backs on a team. You need that lightning and thunder, right? Like Tiki Barber and whoever that was on the Giants back in the day. Who was that big guy from Wisconsin?
Yeah, I know. Ron Dane.
Yeah. I want that type of style. James Conner and Jeremiah Love? Yes, please. Those types of thing, which is what Trey Benson was supposed to be, and it just hasn't worked out. Fascinating. The other guy is 28-year-old Murphy Bunting. His deal was redone as well. I mean, you need that position. He was out all last year with an injury. I don't have a problem with that either from that perspective. But I don't know. Bringing James Conner back tells me, one, they're looking for toughness. They're looking for somebody like with that attitude out there, but it also tells me they're going to focus on a running game type atmosphere this year. Letting James Conner go, letting Trey Benson go. DeMarco's already. They didn't tender him at all. If every running back on this team all of a sudden isn't here, Dale, that tells you, okay, they might be looking to go passing game this year and set up everything first. This tells me there's going to be a focus on the running game. And I like that style of Cardinals football with a quarterback because it opens up the passing game. I don't know. That's what it tells
I don't know. There's just so many question marks. Obviously, you got to address the offensive line. Do you do that? Can you do that in free agency? Can you do that in the draft? Do you do it in both?
My problem with free agent linemen is if they were good, they'd still be on a team, regardless of what they made. Period. End of story, Dale. Guys don't get released. If anything, they'll get traded if they're still good because of their salary. But you don't get cut as an offensive lineman because you make too much money unless one reason. You don't perform anymore and you're on your downside. And so going out and signing, and those guys cost more in free agency. So that's scary. A la Jonah Williams. Perfect example.
Well, the thing is, I look at it and I've always been taught and told fact that if you're healthy and you're productive, the percentage of those guys that hit the free agent market are about 10%.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the other vast majority, there's something not right. Too much money, not healthy.
But if it's too much money, it's because of another thing out there. Because A team will pay an offensive lineman whatever the heck it takes if he's at the top of his game and blocking everybody. But the second he's got a nick and the team's looking at it weird, then they go, well, whatever. We'll keep it rolling. Second hour main event coming up next. Just showed Dale a picture of Fat Joe, and he goes, I still love it.
I don't have him at the top of my list on Spotify.
Oh, either do I. I couldn't tell you. If he would have brought up his music at all, I would have been like, I don't know, dude. I don't listen to it. I don't listen to that crap. I just wanted to say congratulations. I just know you were fat at one time. Judge you by your name. It was funny, though. On his credential, you have to wear it around your neck. It had Fat Joe on it. It didn't have his government.
Oh, really?
It had Fat Joe on it. I'm like, oh, we can put our stage names on here.
Breaking news, Steve.
What do we got?
Travis Kelce coming back to Kansas City for his 14th year.
Is that a good thing? I don't think that's a good thing. Is he already that tired of Taylor Swift that he needs to get away from her for 6 months out of the year?
Well, I think she feels comfortable in Kansas City when she's not touring.
She can drop on in.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. He is I mean, trust me. I'm one of those guys. Play until they tell you you're not playing anymore, right? And stuff like that. But he is a shell of himself, man. You got to protect him. You can't play that much. Even last year, he was dropping easy balls that were hitting him in the hands and stuff to that effect. It's Mother Nature. This might be one of those, Dale, where we look back and go, Mother Nature. Yeah.
Father Time.
Father Time, thank you.
Yeah.
Mother Nature. Father Time, he was one to not recognize Father Time hitting him like the rest of us. Wish him luck, though. Hey, they're going to pay it.
Yeah, if they want to pay you another $10, $12 million.
Take it. Normally, I'd say you can't make that on the outside of it, but for him, he might.
Yeah.
14th year for him. Wow.
Rashawn Gary going to the Cowboys.
That might be, that's a trade this morning, right?
Yeah. Fourth round draft pick.
Who'd they give up for that?
Fourth round pick.
Oh, you just said that.
Yeah.
Wow, a fourth round pick. What position does Gary officially play?
I think defensive end.
Is it a defensive? He's
Yeah.
not on the interior. He's on the outside.
Yeah. I think he's opposite of.
Doesn't that
Micah.
seem fourth round pick? Oof. All right.
I don't know. I just saw the other fourth round picks. They traded their fourth round pick like 5 times in the last I think 5-6 years. And right here since 2000, they've traded a fourth round pick for O.J. Santiago.
Perfect.
That sounds like a Miami Vice guy. Adam Pac-Man Jones in 2008.
That worked out a little bit, though.
Yeah.
That wasn't terrible.
Oh, good old Trey Lance.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Jonathan Mingo.
Yeah.
And Rashawn Gary now.
Yeah. The Pac-Man Jones one wasn't the worst. That's probably about right, I think, the way he played
Yeah.
with the Cowboys. Yeah, I don't think that's terrible. But of course, the bigger thing is what are the Packers doing? He was with the Packers, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, that defense on the Packers. It wasn't. That was their weak point last year. Now you're getting rid of guys. That also, I can never figure out with Green Bay if it's the players or if it's the team mentality. Sometimes I wonder, Dale, if it's just players go, I'm tired of playing in Green Bay. This place sucks. I sometimes, because the Packers get rid of guys that aren't terrible and they just inexplicably just trade them when they could probably keep, any other team would keep them. And they're just like, yeah, we'll let you go. So sometimes I just wonder if players go, man, I need a change of scenery.
Seems like looks like the 49ers are now willing to trade left tackle Trent Williams.
Cardinals.
He's due $32 million in salary.
But I don't think, he got injured this year.
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah, he's old, but yeah. He's left though, right? He's
Left tackle.
Yeah, so he's Paris Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't do that. What would you get for an old left tackle? But he'll change that old line in a second.
Ooh. Change the entire team.
There was the other big move this weekend. Your boy, drama queen. Well, I call him Brett Favre Crosby.
That's what you call him?
That's what I call him.
Yeah.
I hate this team. I love this team. I hate this team. If you don't hire this guy, I'm going to quit. I'm going to leave. If you hire this guy, you hired the guy I wanted and it sucked. I'm going to leave again. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I love being here. Oh, I'm just kidding. I hate being here. It's time for me to move on. I'm never playing for you again. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm back for another season. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I'm out of here. This place sucks. This is awful. Oh, I'm just kidding. It's time to move on now. Let's go. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I'm going to stick around. I'll sign a 5-year deal with you.
Wow.
Baltimore's problem now. That's actually a solid pickup. Now, it's a solid pickup for the Ravens if he knocks off this bull crap he does everywhere else that he did with the Raiders.
You got to think that he'll be. It's much more of a winning environment than
Absolutely.
It was.
Well, new head coach, first-year head coach. Is it going to be a winning environment, Dale?
I think so in Baltimore.
I think so too, because you say what you want about Lamar, he's going to. Your offense, at least, is going to be on the positive side and stuff to that effect. I do expect him to get there. It's just I lost a lot of respect for Max Crosby with this whole back and forth bull crap. And, I'll tell you this. The owner of Baltimore ain't going to let him make any decisions like Mark Davis did.
Well,
he's going to go, I'm not going to play here if this coach is here. And the owner's going to go, well, then you're the one that's going to be gone, Tiger.
At the end of the day, through all that, he still produced.
Yes.
He still produced. So.
He's one of the on the field. He's one of, and I'll even give him some more credit. We don't technically know what happened with the injury situation at the end of the year. I believe the Raiders didn't want him to get injured so they could trade him. So that's why they benched him, even though he wanted to play.
Right.
But that told me something about his playing attitude. On the field, I'm not worried about it. It's the distractions that he can bring outside of it, kind of. But at the same time, like I said, Baltimore organization is way different.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't expect him to be that way once he gets. And if he does, I can see them moving on pretty quickly from there. But that was a big move. And the Ravens of all teams, I'm trying to find out because this happened Friday night. Let's see here. I think it was a first-round pick the Raiders get. 2 first-round picks, 2026 and 2027 first-round picks.
Well, because the Cowboys had offered a first and a second.
That's what I was reading. Yeah. I think this happened, Friday night?
I think it was Friday.
Because it was a night where, because Saturday night I didn't pay attention to anything. So I had to have seen it on Friday. But, yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, I did see the Cowboys. Again, I'm just a big fan of trading for guys that are good in the NFL. Like, 2 firsts might be a little too much for him. But at the same time, the Ravens aren't finding somebody with that talent in the 14th spot this year or probably next year's draft either. At least initially off the bat.
You would think.
So I'm okay with that trade. I'll trade 2 first-round picks for 2 years as long as Max Crosby plays the way that he played out there as well. I did read over the weekend. Somebody had my thought on the Cowboys and with the DJ Moore trade with franchise tagging
George Pickens.
George Pickens. Was I read somebody, a national guy, saying kind of the same thing I said on. They might have made a mistake here because I consider him and DJ Moore kind of the same type of receiver and everything. You know, you could have got rid of Pickens and gotten Moore in there and been a better deal for a second guy. Yeah, so it was interesting reading somebody else's opinion on that as well. So that we're looking at, but yeah, so there we go. We're legal tampering period. I think that's everything around the NFL right now.
That's all I've seen so far.
Wait, Robert says, shocked you didn't tell Fat Joe to lean back. Is that a Fat Joe song? A lean back. A lean back. I had no idea what it sounds like.
I lean back.
Yeah, so look at that, Robert. Did you look that up, Robert, or did you know that was a Fat Joe song? That's what I got to know now. No idea. I just I know he's had hits. I know I've heard of his songs. I just don't know any off the top of my head. I'm looking it up.
You were hobnobbing with some big hitters this weekend.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I know.
You know what I call that? Saturday.
A weekend.
Yeah, Saturday. All the way up. He does all the way up too. Oh, I do know. I knew some of his songs. It just if he would have asked me, I'd have been like, don't be jealous, Dale. I had to put my interview skills on the spot. I was telling Autumn and Ethan because they were both in there. I told them both. I go. Actually, I'm kind of glad that I didn't know I was interviewing because then I would have walked in like overthinking it, been up all the night before, studying it, memorizing all this stuff. But you give me 5 minutes, man. I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
All you need to do is mention my name, and everybody relaxes. And
here we go.
Yeah, give me some love, Steve. You wouldn't have been talking to Luis without me. You wouldn't have walked over and go, hey, Luis, great hit back in 2001.
Yeah. Hey, man. Remember that bloop single of the World Series, Game 7?
I do. I
remember where I was.
Yeah, I remember where I was sitting.
Yeah. That was cool.
Oh.
That was cool. Oh, Lordy, you're killing me here. Yeah, look at that. Kelsey coming back. 14. Hey, there was a mass soccer brawl in Brazil, Dale, that led to 23 red cards.
I did see that. I didn't see it, but I read about it.
What? Yeah, you were watching that game?
No.
Here's the interesting thing. Here's the question I got on that. 11 men per side. 11 and 11 is 22, if my math is correct. Who's the other person that got the red card? They come on the field. Did everybody get a red card and then one coach or something on the other side? Like what just happened? What just happened in this game? World Baseball Classic, Dale. You watching this?
I have not watched it yet.
I did see some of the Mexico game last night because the sound guy in the media center always has another sporting event on his television while they're doing the interview. Cause he just, he make sure the mics are on and stuff and, recording it for the internet and everything. But he always has like another sporting event on. So we had that Mexico game on last night as well. I'm trying to pull up here as my computer doesn't even want to work today either in terms of this. But Japan just rolling. And we had to look and see where Chinese Taipei was. Because I was like, isn't it Taiwan? And we kind of debated it a little bit.
Right.
It is Taiwan.
Yeah, that's why I guarantee you look at that Little League World Series this August.
Internationally, they call it Chinese Taipei.
Yeah.
Is what they call it, but it's Taiwan. Yeah.
They'll be in the Final Four.
That's so funny. So tonight, Brazil plays Great Britain here, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So We have to subtract 3 now. Carry the 1, divide by 7, square root of 3. 10 a.m. Mexico plays Great Britain. That's only important because it's obviously in the Americans bracket. But Mexico and the United States play tonight, 5 p.m. our time, Dale. This is going to be a game in Houston. The Mexican fans are going to show up with their flags. They're chanting. I watched that game. I saw some of that game last night. Those fans were into it last night as well here for today. So currently going on all throughout the day here. How are you not watching this? You're just not a baseball fan?
It's at odd times and odd
5
stations.
p.m.'s an odd day?
Yeah.
An odd time?
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, they were 6 p.m. on Friday and Saturday.
It's Friday and Saturday. I'm out, Steve.
Oh. How did your wedding anniversary party go? You still married? We got to ask that question. Friday night. I have to remind him. He doesn't even remember. That's
Yeah. Family had us over.
38 years. I have to remind him. He doesn't even remember.
38's not even a big number, you know.
Round. You only do round.
Yeah.
What's the 38 years? Is it like tinfoil?
I don't even think there's a medal for it.
Here's a
40th. I
here's
need
rust.
I wonder what 40th is if we make it that far.
You better know that one. That's only 2 short years away. I like how after 30, I pretty much at 38 you plan on 40, Dale, because
You think?
there's only one way it's not going to happen.
Wow. I think Brooke's healthy enough.
Good response. So in the American bracket here, they're in Pool B here. But how'd it go? Went well? The party? Did you answer that question? Did I not hear
It did. The entire family showed up. Scott.
Did the other son-in-law show up? Because he
Yeah.
misses a lot of family stuff because of his other obligations.
Nope, he showed up. He made sure he was there. Had steak and salmon and all the
Kendall was like,
fixins.
you better show up. This is 38 years of commitment. You better be there.
Well, the 40th wedding anniversary color is ruby red.
All right, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
That's
It's,
a nice
it's
one.
often called the ruby anniversary, Steve. So if you're looking for a gift,
In 2 years?
yeah.
You about put it in your calendar to remind me.
Are we still going to be friends in 2 years?
Yeah, I've had worse friends longer.
You've had worse friends longer. No, you haven't.
Guy you mentioned earlier is still around.
You haven't known it for 38 years.
No. Well, oh no, I don't know anybody that long. I'm
No.
just Facebook friends with people I knew back then. I don't actually talk to them.
You know your parents 38 years.
Do I?
Oh.
Okay. My dad. I'm going to go off on this. And we'll get back to
no.
what baseball club. My dad. So my dad is retired, and he likes to fix things and stuff like that. So I have this house that somebody moved out of. And my dad's like, oh, I'd like to renovate that and work on that and everything. And it turns out it's like a huge project. Like you had to dig down into the concrete
Ooh.
because piping was leaking everywhere and basically remodel these whole bathrooms. But anyway, it's been like 9 months now he's been working on this. And then he's starting to get like my nephews involved, like to help him so they can like learn how to do stuff and all this other stuff and everything. But it was just funny over the weekend because they're wrapping it up. And then Riley, if you don't know, Riley owns a company called Daybreak Services. They used to be a sponsor of this show, and then he cut back because he got too busy. Thanks to you guys, he got too busy and had to cut back. He's going to become a sponsor again here coming up because he's grown enough to where he can do stuff. So he's going over there to help him and everything. Because then my nephew wants to move in, but it's a whole family thing. It's a whole nother deal. But my dad, he calls me on Friday, and I go, hey, I'm going to be at NASCAR all weekend long. So I'm not going to be able to talk to you. Text me if you need something.
I'm going to be hobnobbing with Luis Gonzalez. And
Literally yesterday, cars are vroom, vroom. You can't hear. You have your earmuffs on, stuff, and you can't hear anything. And my dad, he's like, and as I finally text him and go, I'm in NASCAR. I can't hear you. I can't talk. Text me. Just old people, Dale.
how old's your dad?
Born in 49. So I'll push an 80 coming up here.
And he's helping remodel houses.
Yeah. And this wasn't a small remodel, man. This was I mean, he had young 20-something or high teens nephews helping him out, which helps a relative word.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know.
Were they at least doing the physical labor?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So he's just looking to pass his time down. Problem is, I can't get a renter in there because it takes forever to do it. I go, you know, I could have hired somebody to do this, and it's been done months ago, you know, right?
Wow.
Yeah, but it's just funny. Like what part of I can't talk to you this weekend do you not understand? Text me. Just giving me updates and stuff, but it does make me up. So, also, Robert says at TME Sports Show, text us 623-252-6670. Hit us up, of course, at TME Sports Show on X as well. Robert says, doesn't 40 put Brooke up for sainthood?
No. 10 did, 20 did, 30 did. How many sainthoods can you have in one lifetime? I think I just, everybody always says that. I think I deserve
well, that's like
something.
when you said on Friday night, you're like, well, what would you do? And I'm like, get her therapy?
Wow.
Oh, look at this. The Colts, 8 minutes ago, the Colts and wide receiver Alec Pierce agreed to terms on a 4-year, $114 million contract extension. He famously said after they didn't tag him, they tagged Daniel Jones instead.
Right.
And
Transition tag.
A transition tag.
Yeah.
And he said he would be a high.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody would want this kid.
There were a number of teams interested.
And he came out and he said, well, I'm going to explore my free agency if they didn't tag me. Well, I guess that was code for, hey, Colts, step up that money. And he's happy right now. 4-year, $114 million contract there, Dale, for him officially now as well. So that's fantastic. I like him as a receiver.
Now, it's funny because ESPN says 4 years, $116 million.
So $2 million.
What's $2 million?
That was Tom Pelissaro that said 114.
Yeah, he undersold him a little bit.
Does that include? Do they factor in bonuses and stuff though as well?
Well, the thing is, as all these numbers start coming out, all right, and there's going to be some big numbers.
Yes.
Always remember, look at what is guaranteed.
The guaranteed amount.
Because a lot of times these 4-year deals, the player's not going to see the fourth year. A lot of times there's money added onto there, so it looks really good.
Well, it's for salary cap.
Yeah, and for the agents and all that. So, yeah, not bad for a second-round pick.
No, and he's a stud too. Like, that's the thing. Marvin Harrison or him. Here's even bigger news. This one actually hurts a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Not that the Cardinals could have gotten him. Kenneth Walker III from the Chiefs just won a Super Bowl out there. I heard rumors last week he was going to sign with the Chiefs. Well, Tom Pelissaro also says Kenneth Walker III is signing with the Chiefs. Sources are telling that
Really?
as well. Yeah, we don't know the deals on that yet, at least according to him. But yeah, to the Chiefs. The interesting thing about this is he was more of the power back for the Seattle Seahawks. Yes, he can move around and do that stuff. But to go to the Chiefs, will he fit into that offense as well? I think so. I think that's a big signing there for the Chiefs.
Yeah. It looks like Kansas City saying, you know what, we might have one more hurrah.
Well, the only reason you're bringing back Kelsey is I should say the only reason, but Mahomes probably wanted Kelsey back.
Yeah.
And so that tells you that they're not blowing up that team yet. And if you're signing Kenneth Walker, you're definitely not blowing it up.
And while Mahomes is all that in a bag of nuts, how many more years does he have as an elite
That's the thing.
Super Bowl type quarterback?
That's the thing.
It's that same thing with the Rams, making the trades that they've made. They got Stafford for another probably a year or two.
They just traded for that giant safety kid.
Quarterback, yeah.
Yeah, holy cow, that was a big move
Yeah.
for them. Rumors right now, sources are saying Falcons are eyeing Tua.
Yes.
That's the biggest gamble in my eyes in the quarterback. That's a bigger gamble than Malik Willis in my eyes. Not because of the way Tua plays. He's one hit away from from not getting back on that football field. Now, can that be solved? Maybe the Dolphins didn't do stuff right for him and stuff like that. But that's the biggest one there, because you can blow up your salary cap and ruin your franchise for years if something happens to him early, and stuff to that effect. But so look, legal tampering period started, Dale. What, 20 minutes ago? And we're getting some big names out there already.
The Bengals are not tendering restricted free agent quarterback Jake Browning.
Really?
Any interest there, Stevie?
For me, yeah, Cardinals need that position. But it comes down to what you can get him for, though, because cornerbacks can command a lot of money, and I don't think you should go drop a lot of money on one guy if you're the Cardinals. But that would be a good signing if you can get him at a reasonable amount. Absolutely. Isn't it funny how with Hendrickson, the Bengals were all like hem and hawing about, oh, we don't want to sign him, we do want to sign him, we don't want to sign him for that, and then other guys are just like, yeah, we don't want you here anymore. See you later. Like the guys they choose the fight over and guys that they don't is fascinating. So we're going to be hot and heavy on this stuff here as we are in the legal trading period. Really quick, back to the World Baseball Classic. Mexico's 2-0. Italy's 2-0. This is all Pool B here, where the United States plays. USA's 2-0. This Mexico game tonight, and the next game against Italy is almost must-wins for the U.S. if they want to advance.
Skeens is on the mound tonight, Steve.
How far do you think he's going to pitch? A couple innings?
Yeah, I would say no more than 3.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to tonight. Yeah, whether you like it or not, you lose to Mexico, then Italy's a must-win at that point, depending on what Italy does, as they play today. I think Italy might have today off. But, no. Because they're 2-0, they play today. They had yesterday off as well. Great Britain and Brazil, both 0-3. Hey, good for them.
Yeah, I don't ever look at Great Britain as a baseball juggernaut.
No, but I was listening to a thing yesterday morning on the driving out to the track where they were talking about like teams like Nicaragua, the Netherlands, even Israel, they included in this, Chechnya, Colombia. It's more of this World Baseball Classic opens up that sport to that country a little bit more, kind of like hockey does,
right?
Where all of a sudden everybody starts watching it. So it helps grow like Great Britain's awareness of baseball. So there might be a kid somewhere going, we finished 0-3. I'm going to go play baseball.
Well, in Great Britain, people really aren't made to stand out in the sun for 3 hours.
They play cricket. What are they all? Cattell Martes? The wind at their back? Is that what we're dealing with?
That sunshine will beat on those white bodies.
Puerto Rico and Cuba in Pool A are 2-0. They're playing in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Canada's 1-1. Panama's 1-2, and Colombia's 0-3. Pool C is the Tokyo one. Japan's running away with this. They're 3-0, Dale.
Yeah.
Korea and Australia and Chinese Taipei are 2-2. Chechnya there's 0-3 for them. And then the Miami one, Dominican rep, who, like you said, taking a little bit of heat from the old folks out there going, they celebrate a little too much out there. They're 2-0 along with Venezuela. Israel's 1-1, Netherlands 1-2, and then Nicaragua. I can never say that. 0-3 for them. So that's where we stand as of right now. So in terms of the U.S., I'm not going to say Mexico's a must-win, but if you win it, you're definitely in a better spot. But if they lose to Mexico, depending what Italy does, they're going to have to beat Italy to advance coming up here. And that's let's just do it a little bit easier. Japan's already advanced to the quarterfinals, obviously, because they're 3-3 in there, 3-0, and everybody else is 2-2 on their side. Everybody else is still alive, technically, except for Colombia and Nicaragua and Chechnya and Brazil and Great Britain, because they're on.
You just like saying Chechnya, don't you?
Yeah.
Where is Chechnya?
Chechnya. By Russia somewhere.
A little south, just take a left.
Yeah. Okay, so if I had it on the map here. The World Baseball Classic. So tonight, Dale, tonight's the night you want to tune in to the World Baseball Classic. Because as you said, Skeens is on the mound. Teams hitting like crazy. Did you see? Oh, speaking of baseball, did you see Arizona State's baseball score yesterday against Loyola Marymount?
I did not.
Was it yesterday or Saturday? It's like 29-4 or something like that.
Really?
Talk about a run fest. That would have been an exciting game to get. Would you get bored in a game like that? Here we go. Scoring another 4 runs in an inning. Yeah.
29-4?
Something like that. Let me look it up to make sure I'm right.
Wow.
It was Loyola Marymount. It was quite the final score there. I didn't watch it, but here, I'm going to pull it up here real fast here. So they still have the 4 loss, 29-4. Yeah, yesterday.
Oh.
They're at Phoenix Muni. Do we need to put in a run rule? Rule? Say that 10 times fast, folks. They beat Loyola Marymount 12-4 in the first game on Friday, 9-1 on Saturday, and then they're just like, all right, we're done toying with you. We're going to go score 29 against you.
Don't you wish you could bank about 15 of those?
Well, yeah, because tomorrow they got Arizona. 6:35 p.m. Arizona up here at Phoenix Muni. Territorial Cup game here coming up.
You don't get as fired up for the baseball as football, do you?
Yeah, right. Actually, me and Ethan were talking about maybe cruising out to that game tomorrow, checking it out. We'll have to see. But tonight's game is going to be fantastic for the World Baseball Classic out there as well. So, yeah, ESPN just put it on their main photo here, Kenneth Walker III joining the Chiefs. So now they're reporting it on top of it. So I think that's a huge pickup for the Chiefs, man. As a non-Chiefs fan, that's exciting to see. Good for them. Just what we wanted, the Chiefs to be better, right, Dale? Big 12 basketball tournament gets underway tomorrow, Dale, at this time, 9:33 a.m. on a Tuesday. We'll have Bruce Cooper in here. And also, the Arizona State men's team will be playing Baylor in the first game of the Big 12
Oh, they don't get a bye?
from Kansas City. No, that was Arizona gets the first.
Oh, okay.
Well, they might get a bye. They might get a play one and then get the rest of the tournament off.
They have a chance to beat Baylor, don't they?
Well, yeah, Baylor's, yeah, okay. Again, we've talked about it all season. Arizona State should be good enough to beat teams like Baylor, TCU, and that stuff. They should be middle of the tier Big 12. The problem is, Dale, they don't beat those teams very often. That's the problem with it.
Do you think that Bobby's going to let them focus on the court and be disappointed like you?
The greatest thing I saw over the weekend on Saturday, greatest thing ever I've seen. I gotta pull this video for yesterday. Dan Hurley, Bobby's brothers, coach for UConn, and they're fighting. They're battling it out against, I think, St. Mary's. They're playing somebody, not St. Mary's. They're playing somebody over there. And they got upset. But at the end of the game, I was reading about it yesterday. I didn't get to see it on Saturday. But at the end of the game, 1 second left. They have to go to video review, and then Dan Hurley loses his mind on the referee. Even bumps the referee at one point.
Yep.
This is going to be fascinating to see what the punishment is with that and everything. So that's happening. At the same time, across the world, over here in Tempe, or wherever they're playing on the road, Bobby Hurley is getting a technical and screaming at the referees on the court. And they literally put a box up of both coaches yelling and screaming at the same time up on the broadcast.
I did not see that.
I saw it all over Twitter. I'll have to pull this video for tomorrow and bring it up with Bruce and everything. And so, like I said, I was busy, so I didn't get to do it. Yeah, and so I actually was like, ooh, proud parent moment there.
Well, the thing is, I think you tweeted about
I put the video up, but they were doing
of Bobby.
Yeah, it was both of them. Yeah, I got it here in front of me here. Fox was running a Hurley double box as Dan got ejected and Bobby got teed up. Bobby, we'll play this tomorrow, but today's a Monday. We had a fantastic weekend. It was a fun weekend. We don't need any negativity like Bobby Hurley here. My favorite part is Bobby Hurley is in the face of everyone. We'll talk about this with Bruce yesterday. Bobby Hurley's in the face. His team, his coaches are holding him back and all of that stuff, and he's screaming and yelling. Coach Irv's yelling at him to shut up, and all that stuff. And then the referee walks by and goes, bloop, deep, and then Bobby goes, why? What are you doing? He's so ridiculous. It is the stupidest thing ever. But yeah, so proud parent moment. Do you think their parents are sitting at home going, "That's my boys"?
You know, the mom's looking at the dad go, why didn't you curtail this when they were growing up?
Do you think dad makes the call now and goes, "What are you guys?" Now they're double boxing you guys, acting the same.
Only difference is the Northeastern Hurley has won a few national championships.
Yeah, that's the thing. And he's not out of a national championship run this year.
Right.
either.
He's ranked fourth. His team's ranked
Well,
fourth.
they were. They lost. They had a big loss. I want to say St. Mary's, but that wasn't it. They lost to a bad team over the weekend. It was bad. But it was, and it's just we're gonna have to play this. I have to make a note to play this video tomorrow, Dale, because it is fantastic. I just love it. Bobby Hurley literally right now is walking around and looking at the refs after they teed him up, and he's going, "Why? What did I do?" Meanwhile, he's red-faced. Although we'll give him credit. I don't see any of this going on in the ref's face. So I'll give him credit. Maybe he knocked that off. Then the ref comes over to talk to him again, and Bobby Hurley's screaming in the ref's face again. We'll talk about that tomorrow. It's so stupid. But they played ninth tournament. How fast after this game tomorrow, if they don't win it, are we going to hear Bobby Hurley's fate?
Hopefully sooner rather than later.
Do you think it's before he gets on the plane? Do you think it's in the what I mean by that is, and I'm not saying the university will announce something, but if they lose tomorrow against Baylor, do you think Bobby Hurley brings it up in his press conference? He's not coming back. He knows. He already knows.
Well, he did say something after the Kansas game. Say, "Hey, the players know my situation.
Yeah.
They didn't win it for me."
The players were really he's my coach, and doing all that. That's what I mean. That's what I mean by do we hear about it before the plane ride home? That's what I mean. Does Bobby Hurley bring it up in the post-game press conference and then guys start reporting it type of a thing? Or does he not bring it up in the post-game press conference and then people just start reporting it? And then the university has to come out with a statement. It's going to happen quick, right? We're not renewing his contract. It's got to happen almost simultaneously, doesn't it? Like that buzzer sounds.
Ha!
Graham
Mancini just stand at the end of the bench going.
Just buzzer sound, and that person on social media hits the enter key and pushes it out there. It's got to be pretty quick, doesn't it?
I was trying to look at some of your tweets because you
on the main event. It's like one of the first ones.
No, but under your name and you tweet some ridiculous stuff.
Well, thank you.
Like
what?
Well, there's a wrestling match with a guy spinning dough.
Yeah, and you say wrestling's fake. I tagged you in that one.
And he throws it at another wrestler with some dough hits him in the face. He falls down.
Dude, it's he got pizza in the face. Hey, don't tell me that wrestling's fake, Dale. That guy's just sitting there minding his own business, making a pie in Italy, and some guy's coming to attack him. So he uses what he has to use, and he's like, "I'll sacrifice this dough to save my family's life." And he spins the dough and punches it into the guy and knocks the guy out, Dale. Save the guy's life and his family's life.
Wow.
It's amazing. You wouldn't go to those length of extenses to save your beautiful Brooks life?
No,
38
not if it's good pizza dough.
I'm sorry. That was hilarious. I did what I put out. Didn't I? You responded to it, but didn't I say something like, and Chris, Dale says that wrestling's fake?
Yeah. Then you said you hate to see the pizza dough wasted.
Yeah, well, I do. That's actually the worst part of that. You don't attack a man making midway through pizza as well. Hey, really quick, Alec Thomas is 2 for 2 yesterday with the Mexico. He played for Team Mexico. He's batting .500 with a 1.071 OPS in the World Baseball Classic. That's a good sign for the season to come, hopefully, for Alec Thomas as well. So that's why you got to pay attention to that. Of course, facing the American team tonight as well for him tonight. Alec Thomas, good for him.
Yeah, the Mexican manager said look for him to have an explosive year this year.
See, here's the weird thing about this. I like the Mexican manager more than I like Torey Lovello. He's just more positive and stuff. But we'll talk about that later.
Wow.
What was that?
Wow.
How many questions could I have asked Luis Gonzalez yesterday at Torey Lovello?
That probably would have changed the tenor of the conversation. His smile probably would have faded.
What if he was? What if he agrees with me though?
Imagine being Luis yesterday. Put yourself in his shoes, and this big guy comes walking up. Hey, do you know Dale Hellestray?
That's not how I started it, but no, he was really receptive. He wasn't,
Well, he said this guy could bring up anything. He'd bring up racing. He might be a big race aficionado, or well, what do you think about the drafting process?
Yeah, he thought I was going to talk baseball. I hit people with the non-obvious, like Fat Joe. Everybody else was like, "I love your raps. I love your rapping. Want to collab on an album with me?
Wow.
Hey, how do I get into this business?" And I'm all, "You're looking good, buddy. Love that. Look at that weight loss." I'm telling you, when you see this video, you'll see him light up when I bring it up. The dude's like, "Hey, thanks, man. Thanks a lot." Telling you what, that's what I do. Yeah, no, Luis Gonzalez was like, "How do I get this guy away from me?" I'm all,
Luis.
I never know to call him Lewis or Louise because he goes by Lewis too.
How about Gonzo?
Gonzo. That's a baseball term, though, isn't it?
No,
Does he go by
that's
Gonzo
his
in real life?
nickname. Some people call me Helly.
I actually usually do say Mr. in front of it.
Yeah.
Even I don't know.
Mr.
somebody.
Gonzo?
If I've never talked to him before, Mr. Gonzalez. I don't remember what I said. But I usually start with the Mr. thing.
But as soon as you said Dale, his smile.
He was very friendly and then I said Dale, and kind of like.
Don't try and change the subject.
No, he was. My point is he was receptive.
He wasn't
Before I
inundated
said
with a
Dale
bunch of
Hellstrom.
people. There weren't a bunch of people around him.
Yeah, I just shoved them all out of the way. No, his family was like, I think I know he had one of his sons, and then he have twins? Twin sons?
He has
I think.
twins and a
They're twin boys, right? Or
daughter
they?
and-
Yeah, only
two
one
boys,
does.
yeah.
And I think he said his son-in-law was there with them as well.
Okay.
So they were there with him, but they weren't near him and stuff when I got it. He just came off the stage. I should have grabbed the mic and done it publicly. Hey, tell us about the Hellestray story. Do you even remember this? And he goes, no. Never heard of that before in my life. Who's Dale Hellestray? Why would I know that name?
You were hoping he would say something like that.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
Dale who?
No, I've never had any action with Dale.
Cookies? The other big news I did see this weekend, I am not fully invested in this story, meaning I did not have time to look at it. So I just saw the headline, read a little bit about it. I don't know if Dale is prepped to talk into this today. We'll get into it tomorrow. But Major League Baseball did put out a poll, I believe over the weekend, saying that most fans say they want a salary cap in baseball. And I know that the new union head, the one that reportedly hasn't ripped off the union as of yet. I'm sure it's coming. Give him time out there. But he came out and responded to this as well. So the Athletic put this poll out on Major League Fan. 2/3 of Major League Baseball fans polled by the Athletic said they support bringing a salary cap to Major League Baseball.
Yeah, of course. Fans do, yeah. It's not their money.
Well, owners want a salary cap too.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: fans usually don't take owners' sides in this stuff, especially in baseball.
Well, I think if you're a fan, you're looking at if you're anybody but the Dodgers,
Mets,
Yankees, Mets, you'd like it to
Red
see a
Sox.
more even playing field.
Yeah, because I mean, Pittsburgh is going to lose Paul Skeens someday because they can't compete. Because the Dodgers will be able to throw a ton of money at them.
But you can also argue the fact that some of them can compete but choose not to. Now, again, I will
Like the
argue
Cubs-
all day
like the
long
Cubs.
that here with the Diamondbacks that, his name, I can see his face.
Ken Kendrick.
Ken Kendrick. He's always spending middle of the pack. if not higher than middle of the pack. And he doesn't take any profit from this team. He puts it back in.
Nothing into it. Well, again, he gets billionaires to invest in the team and uses their money to add on to it as well.
Whatever you can do, Steve.
Yeah. So the MLBPA interim executive director responded last week about saying the union heeds fans' perspectives. So he's trying to be blatant there. But he said he believes the cap may actually harm their enjoyment of the game. Yeah, because we all enjoy showing up at a Kansas City Royals game. Yeah, we would all hate for that to be a good game, right? Or a Marlins game, Dale. Everybody in Miami goes, oh, we'd hate for our team to be good, compete. That would be awful. That would ruin my enjoyment of the game. If my team had a chance to win.
It's too bad that the fans don't have a representative who's going to be at the table to hammer the deal out.
He also said, as I pulled up this article, there's also a lot of fans who don't think their owners think their owners should sell their teams. That's what he said also out there. He goes, and for some reason, they don't seem to want to do that, meaning the owners. Yeah, because they're making a crap ton of money.
Yeah.
But he was nice. He didn't just do it. So 14,154 respondents to this athletic poll last month. 68% said they were in support of bringing this cap and floor system to baseball. So not just a salary cap, but a floor system as well. 27% were opposed. Yeah, those were the players' families.
Well, anytime you have a cap, you have to have a floor to protect yourselves against the Oakland A's of the world.
Yeah, but the problem, like I've said before with that, is then the A's just throw money at guys they shouldn't throw money to
Right.
to get above the floor. They don't actually go spend that money for a high-priced free agent. They're just like, hey, last guy on the bench, we're gonna give everybody that doesn't play an extra $100,000, and that'll get us to the floor level. That doesn't actually improve your team.
Right.
All right. Here's the interesting thing, though. 5% people said they had no opinion. How do you not have an opinion on this? It's like, yeah, I don't care.
Because there's at least 5% of the country don't care about baseball.
Then why do the survey? It was done on their website. They actually voted on it. So,
And you said you do want
there
one?
needs to be a salary cap and a floor. Period. End of story. Period. Every sport should have a salary cap and a floor. Absolutely. 100% yes. Yeah. So so we'll see. Oh, here's the problem is in baseball, a lot of the player stuff, they win it because people perceive the owners as billionaires being the curmudgeons keeping the sport down.
Right.
If you're going to go against the salary cap as the players union, you're not going to have the fan support behind you in this battle. You win these things whether you like it or not with fan support. The one that doesn't have the side that doesn't have majority fan support, Dale, doesn't generally win these battles. Because eventually it gets so much pressure on you to, 100 days into the season being delayed, 200, no World Series. They're going to take sides on this. And if you don't have the fans on your side, that's where it's more important for there as well. So 2022, they did the same poll. 59% of respondents in 2022 favored the top and floor, the cap and floor. So it's gone up, but it was still at 59% in 2022.
So
and that was
basically
before
60%, and now it's 67%.
Yeah, and that was before the Dodgers kind of blew this out of the water.
Right.
I think a lot of the sentiment toward the cap and floor right now is because of what the Dodgers are doing. I think everybody's kind of tired of seeing what the Dodgers are doing because now they're winning. If the Dodgers did this every year like they did before and they didn't win, I don't think people would care as much. But because they're actually winning, everybody's like, oh. Collective bargaining is supposed to start happening in April, by the way, that they're looking at because it expires in December. So,
what's your forecast?
we're gonna
Hold out?
We're gonna miss half the season next year. It won't come back until at least July.
July.
That's what I think is gonna happen.
Okay.
I think, well, partly because if you don't know, owners still get their TV rights money, regardless if there's baseball or So the owners aren't going to be out anything. The problem is around the All-Star break is where you're going to get that extra pressure against you because then you're going to start getting into playoff money and those types of, playoff money, World Series type money. You're going to start getting threat of losing those. And that's where I think the serious negotiations will start to happen. And you'll start to see some caving. Yeah, I say July is when we're going to see baseball next year if I had to guess. I'd be shocked if it's before then. Because of the calorie staff. Somebody's going to cave majorly if it happens before July.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if the whole season's lost because if you're the Players Association, you allow salary cap in now. It ain't going away.
No.
It's just going to be tightened down later on.
You're not ever going to go back to non-salary cap.
So you can't let it in. On the owner's side, you need to get it in, even if it's a soft salary cap where it's like an apron system, which they already have, by the way. A luxury tax gets paid out to other teams, but you've figured that you can tighten it up later as you get into it. So it's just getting something in there if you're the owners, and the players have to keep it out because if it gets in there at all, it's just going to tighten up as time goes
There's
on.
no doubt about
and
it.
stuff like that. So I think that's why you're going to see it.
And they've said for 30 years since I paid attention to it, no salary cap in baseball.
Here's the difference though now, because I mean the one strike that happened in the 90s was because the owner there, Reinsdorf of the White Sox, wanted a salary cap.
Yeah.
So he had 5 owners that pushed it into a lockout to go salary cap, and the other owners were like, "We're not doing this." The other owners were the ones that didn't want the salary cap of that. I think it's changed. I think what the Dodgers are doing right now and what the Mets are doing. Because Steve Cohen spends an ungodly, he's just not winning with it. I think these other owners are tired of it because of the TV deals. So the owners have to nobody's going to share their TV deals with other people as ownership. So you have to take it out on the players to get it to happen. But I think there's more owners willing to hold out for a salary cap, some sort of something coming up here. So what do you think? You've been through labor negotiations before. You know how that works.
But the negotiation I've been through, the NFL Players Association, not nearly as strong as the Baseball Players Association.
Yep.
And I can see a lockout. I can see it happening. I can see it go into the summertime and some sort of an abbreviated season next year. No spring training. All that good stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Autumn chimed in at TME Sports Show as well. She she retweeted somebody else that says the Chiefs with Kenneth Walker, who's the MVP of the Super Bowl. The Chiefs now have MVPs from 4 of the past 7 Super Bowls on their team. Oh, that's it?
That's crazy.
Maybe this Chiefs, Chiefs are window has closed story has kind of gone away, which is bad for Buffalo. Buffalo's worse off on this than anybody because their window's closing as well, and they're trying to keep it alive. But they missed their chance this year with the Chiefs.
This was the year that they should have taken advantage of it, and somehow the Patriots got the job done.
Yeah, they took care of it instead. So
I know you're going to have Lou on later on this week.
Thursday?
Evidently, Dana White looks like he's doing a press conference. Do you know a fighter named Conor Benn?
I just know the name. I don't know him. Yeah.
Supposedly, the fighters are frustrated because he's making $15 million on a deal.
Yep.
They
pay their guys differently.
And he said, obviously, we just got a great. This is Dana saying, we just got a great television rights deal. I promise you, that fighter pay is going to be just fine over the next 7 years. And Gamblu immediately, trust him! ! LOL.
The way Dana White's going to pay his fighters more is public outcry. That's the only way it's going to happen. Because fighters aren't going to stop fighting for what they get now.
Right. Well, you always got young and up and comers and hungry guys who.
I mean, a guy that's poor, comes up through fighting and this is his way out, and you're going to pay him $10,000 to fight on a Saturday night.
Yeah,
that's life-changing money for that guy.
So
he's going to be willing to fight for that low amount, whereas everybody else who's already in there might go, I'm not fighting for less than 20.
Right.
Well, this guy's fighting for 10, so get out. You're not in here now. You're not going to make anything. This guy's coming in. And that's the problem. It's a lot like the Major League Baseball where, the guys fighting in Major League Baseball are all the guys making a crap ton of money. They're the guys that want the non-salary cabinet. The guy barely hanging on at the bottom and up and down on the roster and his career's on. He doesn't care. He ain't making that kind of money.
No.
Those guys want to play. The bigger guys want the bigger deal. Same thing here, with UFC and football even. You got all those guys going, I'm going to be out of the league in a year. I just need to make as much money as I can in this next year to set my life up for the future. And then you got the Drew Brees going, yeah, but we need to hold out for the year.
Well,
I made $100 million last year.
I distinctly remember during our strike, they were talking about the haves and the have-nots. Jim Kelly, I think, was making about $1.6 million back then. That's how much Pro Bowl quarterbacks made in the late 80s.
We have breaking news, Dale.
Yeah.
We have breaking news right now.
Yeah. Minnesota Vikings going to the Super Bowl next year?
No, not that breaking news.
Oh.
I was telling Dale off air. I won't tell you guys what I've been told, but other than Kyler Murray's all along been going to the Vikings, and I've been told to be there. This person would be shocked if he's not with the Vikings here after this period. So that's that. But that's not breaking news right now. Adam Schefter, Packers free agent quarterback Malik Willis reached agreement. Dale,
Miami Dolphins. Okay.
That good or bad for the Cardinals?
I think, it depends on what the numbers are.
But even if it's let's say it's $20 million, I still think it's good for the Cardinals. I do not. The way the Cardinals are right now, I told you guys, Malik Willis he could go on to be an absolute all-star. And we're going to go, you could have had Malik Willis. At this day and age, right now, if you look at the Cardinals, Dale, even at $20 million, this isn't the signing for them. They need somebody to come in here and spark this team with some scoring and some success on the offensive side. And Malik Willis doesn't guarantee that to you with his 20 snaps with the Packers last year or whatever it was. So I think now, if you tell me you're signing him for $5 million a year, I'm going to be pissed.
Yes, yeah, I look a little differently. If you're talking $15, $20 million for 2-3 years, okay, I think that's a miss. But
you're building a team. You're building a team, and I feel like a Kirk Cousins, a Jimmy G comes in and does something to your offense that a young guy that might come in and struggle won't be able to do. See what I'm saying? You're building a culture right now with the Cardinals, not necessarily also the winning side of it on that offensive side. I don't know. I'm torn on it. We'll see. But reportedly, signing with the Dolphins.
A lot of stuff already going on, and free agency, legal tampering's only been here an hour. Wow.
Here's the other thing. A lot of talk about him coming to Arizona. He signed in the first hour of legal tampering. His agent didn't just get a call this morning from the Dolphins. He goes, let's work out a deal real quick.
I have a feeling there's a little backdoor.
They've been working on this.
And I'm sure
never coming here.
And I'm sure that he probably made a call to a 602 area code and said, hey, this is what we have on the table. You willing to match it?
Do you think that happened? No. What I'm arguing here, Dale, is that the rumors are out there about him coming to Arizona because he was getting leverage for the Dolphins deal. That's what I'm arguing. They're like, we could go to Arizona. He'd love to go with Matt's brother in Arizona, even though you were with Green Bay last year and he loves you to death. And he loves those LaFleur brothers a lot too. So I don't know. Can you sharpen that pencil at all there, Tiger?
It will be fascinating to see how this day ends.
I'm going to have to watch. I'll be paying attention to Miami's response to this signing. Is that an improvement over Tua? I'm not too sure it is.
Well, the thing about Tua is you're thinking he's one play away from never playing again.
Yeah. But look, they didn't cut him for that reason. They cut him because his
I think that
performance
was
in the
part.
money.
I think that was part of it.
But his performance hasn't been good for that amount of money on top of it as well. You know, he never took a ball to the face and hurt his foot though.
Or you're going to end it on a negative note, aren't you?
Dale, get out of here. We had some fun here.
You're
today.
friends with my buddies now. You and Luis probably exchange phone numbers.
Oh yeah, we're hanging out later on today. That's why I got to get out of here today. We're going to
Ferrucci.
lunch. Oh yeah, Luis was like, "Hey, come to my suite at the Diamondback spring training game today." I'm like, "Here it says." Pull my arm, twist my arm. Luis. He's like, "Hey, do you want to manage for a day and see if you can do better than Tori?" I'm like, "Yeah, can't be any worse."
What about the double switch, Steve?
I just got to keep the wind away from Marte. Can we install some giant fans out here so the wind blows the other way? We'll be back tomorrow. McCollum on Business, 7 a.m. first. And, of course, main event after that. Bruce Cooper tomorrow. We'll talk a lot of local stuff, including, do the Cardinals make any free? Those cheap wads are going to wait for the big price guys to go by first, Dan. That also tells me if he went to Dolphins that the price was probably too high for the Cardinals. So we'll have to see what the numbers are on that Malik Willis deal there as well. Come on back tomorrow, folks. We'll see you then. Have a great Monday night.